No say, Planka shop a go on, but Planka shop can't wait while me do this. Murder! Mm-mm. With them. Let me wait till them below. No come a little bit, quick and fast, quick and fast. Me not a long thing. Just little bit, little bit. Come have a laugh with somebody. Uh, no man. Mm-mm. It is good for us to have our life when it's nice and little bit and intimate. That's what me like it. Me not like when nobody pack crowd. Mighty God of Daniel, what go on people? What's up, my people? Come. Then a whole heap of pastors and prophets are surfacing these days that have one whole heap of thing to say about people. Hola, hi. A whole lot of pastors are coming to the surface these days. And I wonder where these prophets coming from, all these people who claim to say that the hand of God has touched them and God speak to them directly. Them have specific guidance and specific words for people in terms of how to protect them life, but them own a life not turn good. Listen, have you guys heard the pastor cursing up in bad with them? Wanna hear it? I wonder if wanna hear it. Because when me did hear it, me nearly dropped my phone. Me said to myself, say, then I really a pastor that? Is really a pastor that? Huh? My gosh. But me go play a little bit of it for you. Because what I heard, I could not believe it at all. This so-called man of God, I see you people who come on my page in the comment section and you know quick for jump up and talk about, oh, everybody have a pass. And you know can't ever spell past? It's P-A-S-T. Oh no, run on, everybody have a pass, P-A-S-S. Everybody have a pass. Everybody have a pass, including Donna. A whole heap of you come up and I type up on my comments them. And everybody have a pass. And just because the man have a pass. And Ray. Well, this is the present. This is the present. I wonder what I have to say now. Before I keep on king quiet and make people work. But anyway, let me just go to what I saw there this morning. Make we have a good little laugh. Because may I tell you, only Ashanti could have do something like this. All right. Here we know.
Hello? Hello, Pastor. This is Ashanti. I'm actually on a line. I wanted to talk to you a minute. Yeah, man. Let's just have a connection, brother. Yes. Pastor. Yeah. I'm going to be straightforward. I have to call other people and everybody have a pass. I see a wanted picture of you in the Observer. Could you explain? And I see another article that you tell the Jamaica cleaner that you kidnap a young lady. Is that true in the States? That's why you got deported and did 3 years in prison. Brother. Listen. Could you answer the questions and I'll listen? But could you say yes or no? And I'll listen and give you a moment, the time to explain. Listen. Anything anybody want to believe, they believe it. How about you say you told the cleaner that you got convicted? Listen up.
Anything I don't want to believe, wanna believe.
How about the wanted picture? Did you turn in yourself? But Jamaica Constable Force I put out a wanted picture in 2014 with your name. Call them and ask them. So Pastor, how do you have a wanted picture?
But seriously though, this pastor is very wassy. This pastor is very, very feisty. The man asked him something that has been put out in the public. And him a tell Ashanti said that him go ask the people him. You know, sister, this pastor have a whole heap to hide. The Bible tell you in the last days, many will come in my name, false prophets and many more. Absolutely. But you know, sister, this man well-faced their rank. Hmm? You no wrong go ask the people them that you must say no ask me nothing. No, sir. Morning, Sharon.
Listen, what I say is not relevant. I said you call them and ask them. All right, I'll call it a part of my investigation. I definitely will. But, Pastor, you's the one that got accused. I should be able to ask you. Listen, what I said no matter. Go and ask the police. How about you telling the Jamaica cleaner that you got convicted for kidnapping a little girl, your girlfriend and her friend? No one asked you to make a cleaner.
Yeah.
I give them the story. I was surprised what they put in there. So you go and ask them. But they put what they want to put. You don't know about the cleaner. You don't know about the newspaper. They write what they want to write. So you're saying the cleaner, you never tell them that? They made it up? A lot of stuff in there fabricated. But so you never sue them? Sue them for what? If they're telling a lie on you and you went down for an interview, because that's a serious lie, that would be.
Of course, it's a serious lie.
Let me tell you something. I do not eat and drink from social media like you guys. I don't get paid for social media. I'm trying to
Like up the live, the 16 and you wear watch.
my business. No, my business is my business.
Liking is free, guys.
The man. Pastor, you never gave me his number. You never went back and got him a phone out of the money that you collect. You told me you'd have got me to talk to him. You never did. I already got some back for him. Hey, put it back. I already got some back. But Pastor, you talking about a co-worker, which is Auntie Dana.
No, I'm telling you, Sharon.
Them say you have a pass. You say you have a pass, so what's wrong with that? Me no fuck about you.
You're there.
Okay, so did you turn in yourself to the police?
Oh, do you hear what him say? Did you hear what the pastor said? Oh, you mean if me have a pass? For me no F batty, you no hear what the pastor say? Morning, Dish, morning.
What is your problem? Pastor, you just curse.
You're there.
You just said the F word, you just said fuck Pastor. Pastor, you just curse. You know.
Who does see Ashanti face? Ashanti reach trouble me can't no. No, sir, that's why sometimes we watch it, but that's a fair dead with laugh because we can't help it. No, sir. Why? Yeah, a pasta. No pastor. A pasta. Ashanti say, pasta. You just said the F word. Pasta. Look at her. No matter how much time I hear that somebody have me turn over. Be careful. The pastor run gone. Listen, that is always in him. That is so true. Real troublemaker. But listen, all these people are busy trying to defend this pastor. And I talk about how the pastor has a past and he's now changed and he's a man of God and everybody have a past. You understand? Everybody has a past. But let me tell you something. You see, when you have somebody who claims to say that they are going to be leading a flock of people, you see, when you have somebody who's going to be laying their hands on you to bless you on behalf of God, you have to be very careful who it is that whose doctrine you fall underneath, who it is that you are allowing to lead your spiritual side. Because these kind of people are the one that will lead you straight in a hellfire. Straight in a hellfire. Now, how is it that homosexual activity enter the man's mouth? What that have to do with anything what Ashanti did I say? Ashanti never did that about nothing to do with any kind of that. You understand? And then out of the blue, this man just come out and say, of course, me have a pass. After me na F batty. What? Really? Really, Pastor? Really? That was necessary? Remember, I put it up on my page, the article that I had found about the man, right? And if you read what it say, a huge part of him being deported, apart from the alleged kidnapping and whatever, was that he had anger issues. Anger issues. And those anger issues that he had brought him to a dark place. And he's saying that in that article that he basically turned his life around. Yes? Now, if so a man thinketh so he is, that's right. You understand? Now, if it is that you are saying that you have changed and you have evolved into, you turned your life around, because that article that was on the, in case you guys want to go and have a look, it was on the stabroek.news.com. STABROEK news.com. And the title that was there is Jamaican Deportee Turns His Life Around. So this is the archives of the Jamaica Gleaner. You understand me? And they grabbed onto the article and they placed it in the Guyana News. So it's all over the Caribbean, this thing did drop, you know. You understand me? So the Jamaica Gleaner, them put out the article, and other newspaper jump on it and grab it and put it in a for them. And it says Jamaican deportee turns his life around. Christopher Tate was twice imprisoned and twice deported from the United States. Now imagine that. Now explain this to me, people, because some of you know we live in America. Remember, say England different. But some of you know that live in America. How are you allowed to actually re-enter the United States? How are you allowed to re-enter the United States having been deported once? Somebody tell me. Come, man. Come. The whole of we understand the streets, you know. We understand the streets, you know. How it work? How is it that you get deported once from the United States, which is a very strict place when it comes to them border control, and you end up getting deported twice? What that tell you, no, people? Wait, tell you no. Read between the lines. Wait, tell you no. It tell you no say the man never just come out of the country and ease himself and go one side. The man commit fraud. The man go back in the United States on a completely different papers. And that it I tell you, you know. Because once you get deported from the United States, you know, there is no going back. No. You're out, you're out. The man was imprisoned and deported once. The man go back again, you know. And the false documentation, you know. Me not even know if a boat him go there and there, you know, but him go there falsely, you know. And when he go there falsely, he get deported again. He don't even get deported once, he get deported twice. And during that time, he get catch and put in a prison. And he might try commit swas. Me don't want to say the word. But he was under the watch because them say he might go harm himself. You understand me? This man is not only a man that is prone to being volatile, but he is a man that is also prone to committing fraud. Him know how to do the things them and for choppy line. I wonder if you see the video with the PASTAH house. You see the video with the PASTAH house? I wonder if you see the video with the PASTAH house, how the PASTAH house turn right up. PASTAH house well nice, you know, people. Yes, my love. PASTAH house well nice. PASTAH house well set up. And me know, say I don't know book money and cause that the book they hardly sell. But let me tell you something. He was not only in Central America, the Caribbean. He was also in Europe. So I about him did them. I see one picture of him in a Europe, in a court. Stand up beside one shiny statue. You don't see Sharon. It's there, you know. Just go on him page because he no hide nothing. Him is one of them, the kind of criminal type we hide in a plain sight. On his page, Jesus Ark, you have all of the video. Then he have one video where he lay down in a bed. and somebody come in and a film and he make the person deliberately show his furnishings and show him big TV on the screen and spin round the camera and spin round pan him in a bed and he start giving biblical message. Now look on all them foolishness there. I highlight material things first before you deliver the word of the Lord. And these people running up and down in my comments are uno me come for laugh after today. Uno me come for laugh after the one that we run up and down in the comments them and the post them. I defend the pastor them when me have to block this morning. On the day they talk about everybody have a past, and it's because it have something to do with 99 and Ray and doesn't Donna have a past? Those are the exact words I'm quoting verbatim. Donna has a past and this man have a past, so what is the problem? Yes, and it's because he's not your God, Donna. That them put on my page. Let me tell them, so me have no God other than the only God of man. Me not understand where that come from. Me just block them. Because anybody come on my page within the foolishness, then me just gonna block you. I'm just gonna block you. I'm not even gonna comment. I'm not gonna counteract. I'm just gonna block you. But I uno me a laugh after this morning. Because it is hilarious that all the signs can be in front of uno face. All the signs them there. And not one of uno can see past uno nose. If you look at the man's page and how he does his thing, you can tell that he is one that celebrates material over spiritual. But no, uno blind to it. And then uno want to come and call other people cult when uno are the one who for head so soft, uno can easily get led down into uno own damnation. Easily led. It says here he was behind bars when his first child was born, and then dumped unceremoniously in Jamaica to face untold grief at the sudden and tragic loss of a sister. At age 39, staying at Tex Lane in downtown Kingston, Tate is working hard to mend the broken pieces of his life. He spoke about a previous existence marred by anger, depression, and resentment that would change to one of inspiration as he became a prolific creator of a series of the Holy Bible Word puzzle book. So, marred by anger, depression, and resentment. So, some deep, dark demons, you know. We know about them demons there, you know, because you see them demons there we talk about as them same demon that we see I run up and down on certain people on social media. You understand? And that make them let go all that negative energy because them full up of anger, depression, and resentment. Right? So, when you see the pastor going on his page, and he's signposting certain pages that is full of venom, why should you be surprised? Because he falls right into that lineage of thinking and behaving. It has nothing to do with 99. The man is fake. Exactly. And he only added pastor to his name because he knows that that's the only way to make money off these Bible thumpers. Thank you so much. Now, it is a thing that some people, when they come out and they start talking about the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, they grab the attention of the masses because everybody loves a righteous soul. Everybody loves a righteous soul. You understand? And when a righteous person comes out, everybody's looking to see if this person could be the different one, the one that can help to redeem spirits, the one that can help you to live in a better standing so that you are ready when it's time for you to make your maker. Right? Now, at the end of the day, everybody is always looking for the righteous one. That is why some people capitalize on Jesus' second coming. Everybody claim to say them are the Messiah. We've heard about all kind of cults based on this. Right? So because human beings are always looking for the next righteous one, the moment you come out and you start using spirituality, the Bible, Christianity, and stuff like that, you are going to grab the attention of those seekers. Yes? And then no, once you have them in your grips, you can do whatever you wish with them because they are not seeing anybody new. How do you think Kevin Smith did what he did? Because the Bible went first and the evil came after. And by that time, they were so enthralled by this man that they would have done anything the man said. You understand? Worse, because he had them manipulated financially to the point where they were giving their last to this man so the man could live lavishly. Now, you explain that. Now, did you guys know that they did a study in the United States on people who were involved in mass killings? Because mass, you know, when them commit mass swas we I call it. You don't know what I mean. Then commit mass swas. They did a study on their brain patterns. And when they did a study on their brain patterns, they found that most of these people who had committed the act were prone to depression. Yes. They had an excess of that chemical in their brain. I don't know what it is because I'm not a scientist. I did read it briefly. They were more prone to depression. And people who are more prone to depression will look to somebody to lead them more than others who are more balanced, which is why when I come on here and I tell you guys to maintain your well-being and your happiness and your joy, this is what I'm talking about. Because the miserable ones are the ones that are easily led. And it really is a chemical imbalance, hi Vanessa. It really is a chemical imbalance. Because depression is to do with chemistry. You know, when you are depressed, your brain starts to produce a chemical. Your body starts to produce cortisols. Your brain starts to produce a chemical. And you cannot help how you feel if you don't pull yourself out of it or do something deliberate, you know. And by the time you look, you're in such a state, people can just do anything with you. Anything with you. Right? Oh, no, hold on there. Because my keep me in my room and you won't come out. Whiskey, what you doing in here? Go on. Go on, man. All I can hear is him scratching at the damn door. So anyway, then goes on to say, Tate is convinced that his roller coaster life was transformed by none other than the hand of God. He is a motivation to other young people, asserted his longtime friend Norman Moore, also a deportee who lives in central Kingston. So deportee, go back up on deportee. Now look upon that. You come back as a twice deportee. You have a hell of a past and you want to turn your life around and you choose to go hitch up with somebody just like you. Really and truly, you're not you're not trying to be better. You're gonna find somebody that you can con with. You're gonna find somebody you can scheme with and connive with and come up with a plan to make some quick money. That's what you're gonna do. So now, man, more me need for look upon you too. I knew him, Tate, through one of his cousins as a child, revealed more. He's a double deportee and I'm a single deportee, he chuckled. I was there for a while. Our aim now is to try to get youths around us to be more positive in their outlook, to prevent them from making the same mistakes we made. Then it says that Tate, who was last sent back to Jamaica over a year ago, has created 20 Christian puzzle books, some of which have been published. Still struggling after his last dip to Jamaica, he harbors high hopes of getting the others published. Some are already on the stands at local bookstore. He does have one puzzle book. As far as I know, is only one puzzle book. Currently on Amazon.com for over $22. He does have that, okay? Tate recalls that he first found his way into the United States at 17 years old in 1990. I came back to Jamaica in 1995, and then I went to Europe and back to Jamaica, and I have been traveling through the Caribbean, mainly to Cayman Islands and the Bahamas. The artist said he returned to Jamaica in 2003 before going back to Belize. Look upon that place they went gone back to, Belize, where he got married and went from there to the United States. Anybody know about the gang life in a Belize? I wonder if you know what kind of things go on in a Belize. Belize, you know. You know what kind of links that? Anyway, he recalls how he begged a woman a bus ticket to New York, but he was given one to Hollywood, Los Angeles. They attempted to throw me out of the bus station, but I refused, and without funds, boarded the bus to New York. Tate reminisced with a rueful smile. 3 days on the bus as a stowaway ended when on reaching New York, some friends came and took him to Arizona. This is where my life changed. He said all was going well financially when he met a girl, and soon after this, his world came crashing. It was in 2003 that he had his full taste of jail in the US. He said he was living in Tucson, Arizona at the time. To tell the truth, I was keeping good company and bad. You still a do it, Pastor. You still a keep good company and bad. But it looked like a mostly bad. Anyway, Tate said he soon got connected with a young woman, but soon ended in trouble as he was convicted of kidnapping his girlfriend, her sister, and a child. How would you write this? Wanna hear? Kidnapping his girlfriend, her sister, and a child. He said he also lost 300,000 US dollars through theft. Tragic news. He claimed that his girlfriend had, after an altercation, complained to the police that he had kidnapped them. So he might try to say the girlfriend did that a lie. Not never go so. In the end, Tate said he spent 2 years in prison. Hustler, of course, Jacinth. This is a hustler. Everything I'm hearing is a hustler. Him jump on the bus, him not have no fear, him not have no ticket. Him jump on a bus knowing that him is a stowaway. Him send himself to wherever. You understand? Land himself into some thuggish company. And was willing to do whatever and wherever and whenever in order to make money. Silent listener, I love this platform. Okay, pick up yourself, Valara. Okay, that was when he began to dabble with the idea of creating puzzle books. Tate said he was successful at completing a first book. Oh, hold on, me miss a part. Hold on. His claim that his girlfriend had, after what kind of English this paper? He claimed that his girlfriend had, after an altercation, complained to the police that he had kidnapped them. In the end, Tate said he spent 2 years in prison while his estranged girlfriend gave birth to a daughter. That was when, so remember, him gone a son already. Because remember, he said he went back and when he went back, he had another child. So he had a son in Jamaica. Then he come here, so now, and he had a daughter with this lady. That was when he began to dabble with the idea of creating puzzle books. Tate said he was successful at completing a first book. Remarkably, Tate said his first drafts were exclusively by hand as he had no computer. I worked 15 to 20 hours a day for 6 months while I was in lockdown for defending myself in a fight. You hear him word that? You hear Kanati's wordry? Defending myself in a fight, and he got 6 months. I don't think so. After his 3-year prison sentence, so it jumped from 6 months now to 3 years. So I suppose he must have written the book in 6 months. But he was in prison for 3 years. Now, you do know that during prison sentences in the States, you can end up doing some studies. And you can work on something that is a part of your rehabilitation. Something that they would consider to be beneficial to your well-being, so that when you exit the prison, you can exit and become a more productive citizen, right? Or a more useful member of society. So no doubt the man got the opportunity to write the book while in prison. And it's from the prison situation now him come out with this book. After his 3-year prison sentence, he was deported in 2006. 2006, you know. As I reached the airport in Kingston, I was greeted by the news that my sister was killed by gunmen. Look pan demons, he said. Some guys were chasing someone else and she was in the way and both were gunned down. So I had to come and bury my sister. So that's tragic news. He said after the ordeal of his sister's death, he left Jamaica once again for Belize. So him gone back to Belize now. This time he got married. You're there. Listen, me never did read the article in depth, you know. I first me as to God as if I me did stop at the part where I'm a double deportee, to be honest. I did first me I read out the full thing. I'm glad me I do it. We don't know. He said after the ordeal of his sister's death, he left Jamaica once again for Belize. This time he got married. During my honeymoon, I met some guys that I had first met in immigration, US, years before. And they told me they are going back to the US in 5 days. For a third time in his life, Tate found his way back into the US. I had left my first book. Boy, them me not tell you, Simon, this brother ya more than scammer. Them money a choppy line hard, hard, hard. Them money a what you would have called some top-notch white collar criminal. Is Netflix door he should be knocking early in the month. Let me not tell you. The man can definitely have a movie. Anyway, so he found his way back into the US. I had left my first book, still to be published in Belize. And a year later, when I was in the US, I was talking to a new girlfriend. So you hear the man say him no F bottom. So you can hear, say the pastor is a galis. Anyway, I was talking to a new girlfriend whom I had met there. He sent for the book in 2007 and began working on it in earnest. So he never finished it. He sent back feet. All right. It took a lot of time and money. I knew nothing about books, made a lot of mistakes, learned the hard way, and it cost me a lot. But eventually I completed, but cashed into a new stumbling block: publishers who failed to deliver. Desperate, Tate said he opened his own publishing company with some partners. However, he said that the approach did not work out. Here I am in America. I am paranoid. I am not straight, meaning he's illegal. I am not comfortable. I am doing work that I need freedom to explore. So I decided to return home in 2009. Oh, if you open publishing company, PASTAH, are you illegal? Tell me, people, because I live in America and England is very different, because over here, so if you're illegal, you can't open a company because you have to have your documents. You have to verify your identity. Can you just go opening a company like that in America? As how it go? So in America, people can just open a company when them illegal? Really? That me want to know. Uno tell me, no man, if anything goes so. If anything can go so, because you know what I'm driving at? I am telling you guys that you see this here article here, them something here where him claim for same tell the gleaner. I bet you 3/4 of it a lie. I bet you. I bet you 3/4 of it a lie. So uno tell me, is it possible that somebody who is illegal in a country can come, all right, thank you, Joan, can come to the United States and open a company without partners? You know, say I lie the man I tell the gleaner straight up. I lie him I tell them. For try to paint a pretty picture of what it is that he was doing. Right? Anyway, paranoid, I'm not straight, illegal, I'm not comfortable, I'm doing work that I need freedom to explore. So I decided to return home in 2009. Tate said he packed a flight, took everything he owned and boarded a flight to Montego Bay, but that was not his last time in the US. So you see what I tell you now? You see, boy, oh boy, the man just a tell, him a chat and him a tell everything about himself. Him a lie at the same time, you know, but he also bust out secret on himself, you know. Because blatantly the man are telling us say false documents him a travel under, you know, false documents him have, you know, because remember, this is the third time he was in the States, so you know, get dip yet, you know, get the next dip yet. So he packed a flight, took everything he owned and boarded a flight to Montego Bay, but that was not his last time in the US. I moved back home for 1 year. My responsibility in the US started to be a strain on me in Jamaica. So I decided to go back in 2009, recalled Tate. I went to Barbados, returned home, then went back to the Bahamas, left the Bahamas on a huge liner to the United States. Okay, a boat. Mean tell you no. You see? Mean say it now. Say a boat. Anyway, I went to Barbados, returned home, then went back to the Bahamas. Left the Bahamas on a huge liner to the United States at West Palm Beach. But his luck only worsened in the US. As soon as I got to West Palm Beach, I got arrested. Your post joke, yo. Me don't even sorry. Cause I could have tell say you that live a reckless life. Pastor. You never learn your lesson. I got arrested. They gave me 4 years. The judge saw the book and eventually granted clemency. And I got 18 months. Oh. So he used the book as leverage. So when they say he was granted clemency, guys, that means he was given mercy by the courts. So because he's showing that he's trying to be a better person, and it's just because he's currently illegal, why it is that he's in his circumstances that he's in, them give him little mercy at that. Right? Okay. So he got 18 months. Yes, he got 18 months. Tate explained. He said he went to prison for only 4 months when the deportation procedure was completed. While I was in the system, I tried not to waste any time. I wrote 15 books, written and designed, ready for publishing right now. 15 books in saying no, people. But I want to know, say only one book the Amazon. One. Ready for publishing right now, he added. All right, and I just saw the article done. Yes, no more, no day. So, we have heard the full story, but we have picked up even more elements about this pastor that shows that this man is one of the biggest frauds that is out there, claiming to be a man of the cloth. Right? Can you wear a robe, you know? Any of them see wear a robe, me call man of the cloth. Right? Now, you as a pastor, you have a history of not just violence, because it claims him claims that the woman tell lie, but no court is going to arrest you on hearsay, pastor. No court now go do that, so you can go tell that story to somebody else. Them have evidence. People, the court work for evidence. So when the man a come and talk about say him never get him was basically falsely arrested, that is another one of him scam. That right there, so is another one of him scam. Right? So when them arrest him and then give him them hell of a long time there, you try to tell me say you get the hell of a long time there, and the basis say 3 whole years in a prison, and the basis say you never kidnap somebody. So what you try to say? You never have no right for appeal? No, boss. You were violent. You had a domestic. You threatened lives, particularly lives of women and a child. And that's why you get 3 years. That's why you get it. And the court find out the evidence and them convict you. You go about your business and then you go back into the people them country for false documents, because there's no way after you have been deported from the United States you can go back there. Tell me if me wrong enough, people. Tell me if me wrong. Because him said in go back there. There is no way, having been deported from a country, certainly in England, you cannot get deported from the United Kingdom and think that you can come and present yourself back at Border Patrol, because you're not going to get through. Me, I tell you that straight. Right? The only way that you can do that is if you went, link up with your cronies, them back in the country, and you set up yourself on false documentation. And remember, me say me suspect say a boat you go by, you know. And right there, so you know, because you tell me, oh, you tell them, oh, you go past Starliner or Liner, whatever, cruise ship from Bahamas to go back, you know. Or probably by cruise ship again. You do if you go in the United States, you know. So you probably have a linky where they on the cruise ship. We make you stow away. You understand? Stow away and go to the United States again with your false documents where you use and maneuver yourself through the system and do what you have to do. The pastor, you know, sister, you want big chopper. You want big scammer. And now you come back to Jamaica and you bring your scamming mentality right back into the country. And this time you're scamming through the word of the Lord. And the worst kind of scamming that, you know. Because you play with people's soul. That me see. You're playing with people's soul. Look at how you go on Ashanti program. And for the rest of you who want to go back and watch it and go on Ashanti Flicks, he has it up there and you can go watch the full thing. But look how you go on Ashanti program and you ball out. Everybody ever pass. What? Me no F bottom. You say so. Ashanti make we drop off and dead with laugh. But it was a serious thing. Ashanti say, Pastor, you use the F word, Pastor. Pastor, you just curse. You just curse. And then you hang up. He doesn't want to work. That's the reason he called himself a pastor. He's not getting any money from the church. That's the reason he's trying to use Gully Bob to get money. Maybe so. Did you hear the conman say he's going to travel again? Hear that? Yes, me did hear, you know. The journalist of the newspaper giving him a glowing write-up. Let me not tell you. Justin, it was clear to me that whoever was writing this article was clearly not an investigatory journalist. Because there are different types of journalists, don't forget. Some journalists, they literally just take, or at least some people just act within the editorial capacity that you submit a fully written article, they tweak it, they adapt it, and they print it. Because I have put things in the Jamaica Gleaner like that, where I've written it myself. And then they just publish it and make their little changes and pull out the headline they want to pull out because I want to pass on news to the newspaper. And then there is investigative journalism where they ask certain crucial questions. It don't look like no crucial question did ask this. So, because anything could have showed them, say, this man is a very dubious individual. But he used the little book when do. And I try fool people, say my turning life around. You understand me? Thank you very much, Simone. 125, I want to listen. 28, like, no man. No man, a straight insult that. Me shame. Me feel shame. No, man, don't make me feel real bad. Real bad. No, sir. Una the head teacher care that? God, no. Me? Me not see why una do me that. No, man, una have to give me at least half. I wanna supposed to like up the life, man. 128, I wanna. Me all read for you, no. No, sir. Una really do me bad. Una really do me bad, man. But I'm trying to say to you guys that these wolves in sheep clothing are everywhere in our society, and we have to be very careful, right? Lord, Facebook, you can't stop make nice, man. You keep on kin over this, no? Right? We have to be very careful about the kind of people that we have as leaders who are in charge of us. You understand me? Me gonna make on hear something. So this brother now came back and was talking about Gully Bop and whether or not Gully Bop should actually get any help. Now, he doesn't seem to be a very well-known, not very well-known artist on the international scene, but he seems to have a little presence in a dance, the dance them like Weddy Weddy Wednesday and them kind of something there, right? So him come out as somebody who previously knew Bop and deal with Bop already. And him talk about the fact that Bop I go use up the money for his habits. Anyway, I want you to listen to what this man has to say. Because he made some serious points. Hold on 1 second.
Yes, people, let's greet you again.
Screechy Joe name.
You know what I mean? Name is a fix it, see? Me adjust that something with him say not talk about it, Gully Bop. Cause be a thing we talk all artists and some artists that come out. Listen to me now. I found if you understand yourself. Which help Gully Bop one. Want to listen to me good. Gully Bop sick in a public hospital.
Here?
And come out of the hospital. Go down go DJ. Go in a rubber go DJ. He said, then go back to the hospital in Ghana. So. Which money Gully Bop want for help? No money can't help Gully Bop. All Gully Bop have to stay in the hospital and stop come out. But him can't stay in the hospital because I have to some out, because I have some work. So I meet him and come out of the hospital and I going back. And I cuss off the nurse them. All Gully Bop need to do, stay in the hospital and make the doctor them and the nurse them look after him. So all what I about to come help Gully Bop with money and money and money and money. Artist this and artist that. Remember Gully Bop make millions, you know.
No
When
listen.
do the millions? I'm here enough for no talk. In pitney them, they run them, you know, when him boss, you know. And the chin run their way. And him run their way. Me have proof to that, me dead, and me tell him, so don't run their son them. Get your thing and make your son them and your daughter.
No
You
listen.
run the pitney them from run them. And don't make people blame about pitney. Now you run them way. I want to, no man. No money can't help Gully Bop. All Gully Bop need to do, stay in the hospital and get better himself. So if you know if you give money, we more do with money. Eh? We more do with the money than we get. And the money him need to stay in the hospital and stop come out every minute. That him need to do. You see me I say? So me soon come up with artists for help and artists for help. If we go down and give him $1 billion, it can help him. A sick the man sick. When you sick, money can help you. If you just stay in the hospital and make the doctor and the nurse him and who for help him. You see me I say? Yeah, man, I screech is what can't me name to me,
All
woman.
right.
You know, she say
He
you.
start sing. But let me tell you now, the man have a point. Now, somebody had said to me, but Kay, Kingston Public Hospital free, you know. So how is it that Gully Bop look money for things like that? Kingston Public Hospital free. I was like, what? Really? Because remember, guys, I have not been living in Jamaica. I have lived outside of Jamaica longer than I was in Jamaica. I left Jamaica when I was 19 years old, here. 19, right? And I am telling you that there are certain little things will probably pass me. So, wanna tell me this, KPH free? KPH free? Because if KPH is free, and you go to KPH and you go get your... I thought I heard it was free. Yes, I hear you can go to KPH and you can get free surgery and whatever. You may have to wait long. It may not be you may not get like the kind of poshest aftercare. But I hear that it is free. Yes. So if it is free, and him can go down there and him can get everything with his reputation, I doubt he had a tax ID. Who you talking? We are talking, Sharonette. Be specific, please, because we are move on to Gully Bop now. So you see, when I hear that, I said to myself, but hold on. If it is free to go to KPH and get your treatment, then that means say, if you do your surgery, your aftercare things them also. You're supposed to get a certain aftercare package. But the state that Gully Bop in, him not even look like him should have exit the hospital yet. Because him barely look like him can manage. You understand? And then now, me go up on another page. After me that they said Gully Bop barely look like him can manage, you know, people. Boy, me tell you about Canatis, you know. Me tell you about Canatis, you know. Me look on the 99 video. And me I said to myself, my gosh, look on Gully Bop, how him look frail, how him look fragile, how him look like he can hardly move. Eh? And then now, make up a one other page, and me see Gully Bop in the same red tracksuit. Shortly before going to 99. I dance and I sing and I jump up and down and I go on with himself. And I said to myself, so what are they writing this? How is it that this man is on his last, in fragile, in frail, when he talk? I remember when him that do the interview with the pastor, the subsequent one that is on Leggie's page. Him come out and say, oh, him can barely talk because when he talk, his stomach gets stiff. And then you dip on stage, I jump up and down, I grab up your crutch, and I go on to all kind of things. Oh, okay, Sharonette. All right, I understand. Right? And I grab up your crutch and I dance and I do the most. So the video when me find say Gully Bop hours before showing up at 99. No. Allegedly. Because, you know, sometimes these bloggers, they grab these things and you do not know if it is verified. But, now about this, I listen. Listen. Uh-huh. Yes. Get it. All right. Pay money pull up on these things. Sprightly on the stage, you know. Jumping up around and going with himself in the same red tracksuit. So I don't know if it is before turning up at 99. I am not saying it is. This is what they put out on the internet, and we know that some of these bloggers, they splice and dice things. Let me see this now. It is alleged that his performance there was a few weeks ago, not before 99 visit. He just happened to be wearing the same clothes. Josie, I don't disbelieve you. That's why I tell you, say, some of these bloggers, you can't trust them because they put their own subtitle on and they create an image out there for the media. Right? So I don't doubt you for 1 minute that this was not shortly before going to 99. Because them want to paint a picture. We know say some of these pages them have one little agenda they will we not ascribe to. We just truth seeking. We just want to know what is what, right? However, looking at the state of him, even if this was a few weeks ago, what I will say is that he looked a little bit more fit, a little bit more capable. You understand? He was handling himself in a very nimble fashion on the stage, right? Jumping around and all of that despite having the bag. So that shows me that that frail and that fragile look that we saw be it few weeks later was probably an act. That may I try to tell you. Because Bob, when he ready and he mouth turn crossway and he start telling you about your past and tell you about your mother, have one whole heap of strength behind it. I saw video evidence of such on another blogger's page in passing. Date and all were included. Yes, my love. Me no know. But yes, that's what I tell you, say. Them people, yeah, them we fabricate, right? Them we fabricate. But I'm just saying that his pitiful look was probably a part of the act of sympathy. Because we don't know, say, everybody in Jamaica have a little element of Anansi in a way. It's a part of the hustle. Because when you know, say, you go beg something and you go want something, you have to do a little pity party, right? So it's a part of the something. So maybe him just do that because him wanted to get even more attention or whatever. This man, my issue with this pastor now is that him bringing Bob there was to do two things. One, it was to get Bob off him back because Bob can't tame. On a see the video, Pastor try to tell Bob for stopping nice, and Pastor not have no luck. The Bob just a chat out peer things and I say all kind of something where was very inappropriate, and he could not control him. And him probably sick and tired for deal with Bob. Him want Bob after him back. So he was hoping to pass on his burdens to 99. And you see, because him not like 99, and him deep down not really like Bob neither, you know, I bet you any money. I bet you any money say deep down this man don't like Bob. Because Bob shame him and embarrass him all the time and blow him cover all the time. And because Bob blow him cover and make him look less than, because remember we're dealing with a narcissist. Because Bob will blow him cover and draw him down many times. Him say, oh, me can go get a Headteacha. Oh, me can go get a Headteacha so he can come off from my back so me can carry on a choppy line without no stress. Oh, the one up there so she will love help people. The one will disrespect me. Let me carry this man and let me tell him, say, listen, make sure you keep your mouth quiet, you know. Because let me tell you something. You see the Bob that we saw in that car? The Bob that we saw in that car was not the Bob. You hear me? The Bob that we saw in that car was not the Bob. Because the Bob that we saw in the interview, the last interview, that was the Bob. So him get coaching from pastor about how to behave. Okay, Jacinth. Okay, I hope you have some medical knowledge behind that coming. I have none. You can lead a normal life with a colostomy bag. There you go. But you see, that Bob that we saw was definitely an act, and nothing more than him tell him, say, listen, humble yourself, don't go around them place there, go run off your mouth, and ray. Drive little fear in him, and tell him, say, listen, up there, so you can get one whole heap of planka money. So just behave the part, and ray, and we will get that. So you see, because him not like 99, he want carry one big beast of burden, can drop our doorstep and make her pick it up. Knowing full well that this man still disrespectful, still have a nasty attitude. The first thing him jump out and say is how him baptized Bob. How him is a born again. How him do all kind of sin thing for him. Put up video. Now let me tell you something. Make sure you know something, yes, because if you don't think I joke me, I make one sec. Oh, this man think out the thing consecutively and make sure say him have certain evidence, right? Make sure say he has certain evidence before he turn up a 99. Hold on there. All right, see it here. Hold on, this page. Cause you know he had 2 pages, right? Anyway. Oh, him plan out the thing, how the chopper work. Because the chopper did a line up for going a 99. The chopper make sure him put up a video. Literally, the 18th. Literally the day before, I think he went there with the intention that Donna would have collected the money and all that. Yes! Him post up the perfect image of Bap. Right? And then now, shortly before that, him post up say my baptized Bap. The 11th, so him a plan it out, 11th, Gully Bap deliverance by Jesus Ark. That are the 11th. The 18th, him jump up about him coming forget him want assistance. And then, bam, him turn up a 99. 1 week of planning of scamming. You hear what me I say? So that she can look on him page and say, but oh, you only just start helping him. Or you only just start doing this and doing that. Before that, people. Before that post on the 11th, where it said Bap get deliverance from Jesus Ark, there is no image of Bap. Yeah, you want me to say to no? None no there. None is there. None. What that tell you? What does that tell you? Jesus, me late. Yes, you're very late, Tammy. All right. Come on, man. We can't be so. I know there are people out there who are trying to argue this out and say, oh, he's a man of God, man. It's just that, he made like a mistake or whatever. I am trying to show you guys how it is that the scammers are working. You understand me? The man put the video up on the 11th of the deliverance. And if you don't see the piece of deliverance too, if you don't ever see the deliverance, one buckle of water, hold on there. Me don't want to no lie, wait. Let me go back up. Me go back up there. Because I don't want to no things say lie, me I tell no. I don't want to no things say lie, I tell you. Hold on. See it here. Gully Bap deliverance. Gully Bap deliverance. Gully Bap deliverance.
It's cancer.
See there? See? I don't want to know thing there telling you no lie. Look there. See the deliverance there? Watch Hannah, watch. This one's laughing here today. If I hey! Watch deliverance. Deliverance in the backyard. Deliverance with iron fence. A bush. Bad dirt grog. Deliverance with a buckle of water. Water ain't name now. WATA. Deliverance with a buckle of water. Deliverance with Anna Trimble and a touch bench. Deliverance with Bapa dash water upon the owner head. Listen to me, the man who take with the idiot. This man take with the idiot. You hear what me I say? And that was the 11th of August. The 11th of August. And then now, him put up the one on the 18th. Right? And on the 18th, Brother Bob. Right? And then on the 18th, him put up Gully Bob seeking assistance. And him tell Gully Bob for dressing in the worst way. You know, look how he make Bob dress. Look how he make Bob dress. Eh?
Praise the Lord.
Watch that.
Mighty Jesus. Hallelujah.
Look how he make Bob dress.
Jesus said, I'll just
Yeah.
jump right into it. Jesus says, he have 100 sheep traveling.
Look
but
how
he
Bob
left them
turn.
for 99. And
Look
guess
at
what?
me.
He tell the 99 to stay right here. You run the risk believing the 99, but look for the one that lost. Praise him, of living God. We're here today with our brother, Gulliver. Praise God. We're here with him today. Praise God. And we have a voice we need to get out there to everyone. Praise God. Our brothers are
So this is
fallen.
after him failed with 99.
He
Okay.
has fallen like many
So
of
that's
us
even
have
worse.
fallen
I know
in
even
our
2
lives.
posts before and go
Praise
1.
God. But when you fall in the public eye, it's more different from when you fall secretly in your house. And I know a lot of you right now maybe done yourself as well too. But today, my brother would like to speak a word to you guys on his own terms. Praise the name of the living God. So, Gully, so the situation kind
And
of
what
set
that's in
away
the
the medical
background on the
situation
ground.
with you right now. And, you know, you're trying to make a transformation in your life, in the spiritual, but in the physical part now, you have a situation where your life is
Apparently just
addressed
loving
with everybody.
music.
So basically, whether you say it for yourself, what you like, everybody could assist you with right now, at this moment. First thing, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people say you're small drugs. That's something I've ever done in the past. Praise the
See?
Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Something you ever do in the past. Right? No, people, that is a real. Okay? The real is there, but there's the full live as well. So if you don't want to go watch and see what else happen, you don't can go watch and see what else happen. But that is after the whole thing when him get turned down, it look like. So the man's planned the thing, put up this so-called saving of BAP with the buckle of water and turn up for show him evidence. And look, you know, he was baptized. Listen to me, people. Scammer them there. Scammer them there hard. The scammer them there hard. And they are coming to you as people who are of God. Uno must be careful who uno allow for pray. You know, something very funny. If my spirit not take you, you can't pray for me, you know. May I tell you that straight? You can't pray for me. You see, if my spirit not take you, you can't come put your hand on me say you pray for me neither. No. Because that the prayer that it a go bounce. It not go work. Right? Sometimes you have to be careful who una have taken a lead on your spiritual life. And it's best una know God for una self. Best to know God for una self. Because all of these so-called prophets that are out here doing the do and them lifestyle upside it down. Me say when me hear the man chip the bad word pan Ashanti life, I nearly died. Huh? And look at the things that he's talking about. Look how easily irritated he was. He's not a calm spirit. He's not a spirit of peace. That's a spirit of turmoil. A spirit of vengeance. A spirit of anger. Which is why 99 needs to be careful with her life. I know she's going to say I'm protected under the blood and blah, blah, blah. But me say God help those who help themselves. And security is important. Security for surety. People not supposed to just turn up at your yard after you reach a certain status in a life. Because that could have gone a different way. You understand me? This man plan out him activities to turn up there. Him tell Bob how to behave. And Bob was in character mode. He was not in his true personality. Him turn up there and behave just like the pastor tell him to behave because the two of them are chopping line together. And anyhow, Planka Shop money did get involved in that. Them would have near me to see. And let me tell you something. That is why I did glad when 99 said she don't want to have anything to do with it, Because from me see the whole setup, me I say, that no look right. The whole of my suspicion just start go up in the ear so. And me say, boy, me sorry for see him look away still. And if anybody can help Bob, with bags, that's great. But me just a look panda. Me never say nothing in the comments about the pastor. Because in a way, me know how to keep by my finger. Me not say nothing about the pastor. Me did say something about Mary, but no the pastor. Me not say nothing about the pastor. But him did look dodgy to me. You understand? And his body language was very awkward. He's clearly tormented by the very same demons that he claims to be casting out. He's straight up evil. Absolutely. But now, this man is a very dangerous man. But now, let me tell you guys something. There is nothing wrong with an imperfect man, who knows that he is imperfect. There is nothing wrong with an imperfect man who knows that he's imperfect. But a man who is more imperfect than the average man cannot lead a flock. You hear what I say, Tono? A man that is more, or even a woman, I'm just using man figuratively, a man or a woman then, who is more imperfect than the average human being, cannot lead a flock. Cannot lead a flock. Why do you think a particular person came under fire on social media when it was discovered about her daughter's lifestyle? Now, we're not saying it right or it wrong, but that was the same mentality. That if you are telling me to correct my life and you are unable to correct something as close as your flesh and blood, why should I listen to you? That was the main criticism. That was it. And it's the same situation here. If you are more imperfect than the average human being, how can you lead my soul? If you are commit more sin than me, how can you purge me of sin? It not makes sense. So as I said, there is nothing wrong with being an imperfect man. But an imperfect man cannot lead a flock. But you see, let me tell you guys something. And I've witnessed this, and I'm going to tell you one story. And some of you might know the story too. All right. There was a pastor, a very famous pastor, who lived uptown. But he run a church where they run around gully side. And that church on the gully side did dep on one big rock. Me nah call no name. Type it in the comments if you know which church me attack. There was a man. Him live uptown. In a Kingston there. But him church never the uptown. It they cross from one gully. Pa one big rock. Which church me a talk about? The church pan a big rock. You see, my love my graduates them on no bright, Yes, all right. See them a roll out there, all right. Yes. And this pastor, had a very beautiful wife, beautiful daughters. He never had no son, Beautiful daughters. You know the one them when we say in Jamaica, them ear pretty. Yeah, man. They're nice and brown, My phone get low. Hold on. And my phone, my depend, And my iPad. Hold on. Me, I go plug it in. Maybe the battery I dip, I may not realize. One sec, people, because I need to hear this properly. And I don't want to. Hold on. Change position. Hold on. Antoinette, you may have seen me. Because if you know the story, I was very much in Jamaica when all of this was happening. And I was very much involved in that church. So you may have seen me back in the day, my love. But anyway, this pastor, Anchovy, no man, I know that. This pastor have one nice bonononos wife. This pastor had some beautiful daughters with the pretty hair. And the straight nose. You know how we Jamaicans talk because we kind of, slightly colonized. You know what I'm saying, right? And everybody have this family in high esteem. And I mean, this church was heaving. And all the who's who got that church there. Church used to pack on Sunday so till all outside here for they listen to speaker. That the church there, man. You see, when that church there gone, man. That church there rammed till it bursting at the seams. People upstairs, people downstairs, people out the door. All right. So when I tell you that this church was very popular, and it was not just uptown people who went there. So there was people from the ghetto, people from Middletown, people from uptown. It was like a melting pot. But the uptowners tended to stay to the front. Okay? Right. All right. This a pastor, yeah. Everybody think this pastor did have this wonderful marriage with kids. Only for find out, say, this pastor, yeah, have one young girl on the side. I want to listen story, So young girl on the side now is another little redders. Is a hatty, young body, fit body. Undercover sprat. How we say? Fit body, young thing. Pretty girl. But she love her sweets. So say, any man where you get that, I feel go give her sweets. Alright. Pastor get trapped, Pastor start deal with this girl, Pastor give wife beer bun. Pastor meet after church. I carry girl per holiday. I do the most with girl. Alright. I wonder if I don't know what happened to that pastor. That pastor was taking the people of the members of that congregation for a fool. And I tell you something, you see that pastor's wife, she was a wonderful woman. You see that pastor's wife was so nice. That woman would never do anything wrong where he was concerned. She was a committed wife. She was committed to the church. She was a wonderful mother. And this man was busy doing the most. So you know what God do? God say, all right, you think say. You get where that easy. And let me tell you, so the money just a rolling, because the church ramming us a peer collection, Money a rolling and money a spend pan girl on the side, people. Money a spend pan girl on the side. Money where the Lord give him for do the Lord's work. I go to side piece. Mr. God whip him, Mr. Antoinette. Mr. God whip him, Mr. Let me tell you how God whip him first. The first thing what God do with whip him. God whip him through him pitney. Him daughter. See him as me. Him daughter. Him say, you see that daughter there, him say for every act of iniquity where you are doing with that girl that your daughter I go catch feelings for man like, whoa. Your daughter now go have no self-control. Your daughter, every time she see man, she sit and start scratch. Yes. And that go reach you. I see your daughter, she now go finish school. Your daughter I go drop out and breed. Mr. Listen. By the time you quint, and the daughter did nice, let me tell you, so she nice, but she in bad. She in bad. Love a boy. Love a boy. And as you quint, she became pregnant as a teenager. Big shame and disgrace upon the church family they know. One piece of embarrassment, He hide her at first when the belly start push out. He ain't want nobody see. He ain't want nobody know. Said the daughter pregnant, teenage daughter pregnant, out of wedlock, drop out of school, peer calamity, peer embarrassment. Yes, my loves. That are the first whipping. Next whipping. This time now, wife had enough. Wife said, me can't bother with this. Me can't bother deal with this. This too much for me for carry. Father God, me I go divorce this man. Me I left him. Yes, me I left him. Divorce papers file. I don't even know if that divorce did ever come to fruition, before everything, the heart collapse reach him, people. Cause me think one little bird did tell me, say, the divorce papers never actually managed to get to fruition because the things them happen before the divorce could have managed happen. But divorce papers file. And you see, when divorce papers file, man move out, gone in a next mansion with girl. Left wife in a marital home with the daughters and gone, and the grandchild on its way, and gone in a house with girl. Yes. So the embarrassment starts seep out now. Say pastor separated from wife. Pastor have next woman. Beer things start come out. When she died, they were still married. Is no. Wallan, man. Wallan, we not reached us so far. Wallan. Yes, they were still married. Yes, I don't think the divorce went through. But anyway. So you know what happened to the pastor, people? While the pastor did it, the pastor not catch stroke. The pastor catch stroke. That are the next whipping where the Lord gave him. The Lord goes a boom and give him a blouse and skirt stroke. And the stroke when getting up people. The stroke when getting up people. The stroke never normal. The stroke paralyze him. The stroke turn him in a one vegetable. Vegetable. When I say vegetable, vegetable. He lean up, he twist up. He can't walk. He can't hardly talk. He can't feed himself. He can't go toilet. He can't do nothing. He get stroking. Remember, say still each up in our next house with the woman. People. Remember, me says a young hot girl, young hot and fit, and she like her sweets. And suddenly, the man who is leading the church, and I want you to understand this. You see, all this time, when God a whip him, God still a work, Because you see him oldest daughter, not the youngest one we get wayward, You see the oldest daughter, him bless her with the spirit. Me said that girl that start take over the church. That girl that start preach and she a rescue the church and rescue the followers while him a go straight down in the pit of hell. So, him dead now, paralyzed, can't hardly eat, him dependent 100% on a carer. What do you think young girl do? Tell me now. What do you think? I'm imagining Kay with one T question. Tell me what you think young girl do? Remember she like her sweets, And pastor can't preach again. No. Pastor can't collect collection money again. He can't bring in the dividends again. Tell you something. This girl. Madam mad out. You know what you're talking say. You know what you're talking say. This girl pack up her accoutrements. Go look man I got thief. And left the pastor. Give the pastor back to his wife and say, Ma'am, on the divorce not final yet. Take your husband. And left the man. And that wife, let me tell you something, because before he started going down the path of iniquity, he was indeed a righteous man. And just because of that, the Lord had mercy. And you know what the Lord did? The Lord softened his wife's heart. She did not go through with divorce. She stayed and she nursed him. No, me a backside. Me not have them level of forgiveness then. I mean, you would have suffer. As straight in our home, you would have go, you're mad. Come back to which wife? Stay with who? You're mad. But she did that. She nursed him until he took his last breath and passed. And the church went to his children and they, eventually expanded and it carried on. And even the wayward daughter with her beautiful child. They turned their life around. The daughter turned her life around. And she's an upstanding lady now. Because the sins of her father are no longer on her. And they've passed this life. So when I tell you, say God not sleep. God not sleeping. You see these wicked people, these wicked prophets that are walking around and working iniquities in order for them to have financial gain, in order for them to have materialistic gain, in order for vengeance, that's still in turmoil. They are going to get theirs. Because God not sleep. And even though we think say God take too long, believe you me, no punishment no worse than the one where God give. This pastor need to come out of people's life and stop saying I lead church and go fix himself. Him is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Remember me telling you that. Any man that is so quick to anger brings no spirit of peace. No spirit of peace at all. 165 for una and a 67 like. No man, me not like beg for likes no, because I don't think it fair. Una listen to my story, una listen to everything what me I say. Una enjoy the life, and una not like up the life. That not make it. Come on guys, come on. Give Headteacha a little bit of rating. So not have to rate me whole heap, you know. But just a little bit. For say you hold me attention in okay. You hold me attention for a little while. And yeah, for that me go give a like no cost no money. Alright. Alright, I'm good with that. That's a good wife. I don't think I could do that. God will bless her. Yes, man, God will bless her. God has to bless them. The Lord is going to whip them all. I'm telling you, my little brother was a member of that church. Oh, yes, that church had many members, my dear. So many of us passed through that church. And, you know, don't forget the hallelujah. The Hallelujah concerts. Do you remember those? We used to go to the Hallelujah concerts and all of we did, I think at one point they even had Grace Thrillers at the Hallelujah concert. And that was so much fun. She did because of her vows for better or worse teach. I understand. Sharon, I'm a wife. I understand. But I'm telling you, after that amount of embarrassment and so, I am not so forgiving a wife. I am not so forgiving a wife. No, I don't think I could do it. COVID breed up enough of them pulpit pimp like up the life people. Pulpit pimp. Why? No, me love that. Yo, you know, say make a thief that I could no man, them mama do that I could sell right off. Pulpit pimp. The alliteration for me. I love it. I gotta expose a lot of them. Absolutely. Definitely so. Anyway, people, may take up enough of our time. Big up on yourself. Have yourselves a great evening. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.